You ever wake up one day and think, hey, I'm a grown-up now. Maybe it's time I learned to cook. Yeah, that was me. Full of confidence, swaggering into the kitchen like Gordon Ramsay's long-lost cousin. Little did I know, my kitchen was about to turn into a disaster zone straight out of a comedy movie. I thought cooking was simple. Just mix stuff, heat stuff, and boom. Dinner. Nope. Turns out, cooking is a secret test of patience, bravery, and disaster recovery skills. Welcome to the day I tried cooking for the first time. Spoiler alert, it did not go well. So I opened the cupboards, ready to grab the magic ingredients. Flour, eggs, milk. But the cupboards looked like a war zone. Cans were stacked like a precarious tower, threatening to topple with the slightest touch. I knocked over a can of beans and it sounded like a drum roll for disaster. Next, the fridge. I reach for the eggs, and they're wobbling like they're about to escape. One even had a crack like it had been through some serious drama. Then the milk. Oh, the milk. I swear, it was expired so long ago, it could have been a science experiment. But hey, I'm an optimist. Maybe it's just vintage milk. Time to mix the batter. Cracking eggs sounded easy until I ended up with half the shell in the bowl. I fished out what I could while pretending I was a pro chef. One egg even had 2 yolks. Double the fun, right? I whisked like a mad scientist, but the batter looked like something that should be quarantined. Lumpy, gloopy, and suspicious. But did I care? Nope. Confidence was high. I was about to make pancakes that would blow minds. Spoiler, they blew something else instead. The stove burner roared like a fire-breathing dragon. I poured the batter carefully, or so I thought. Suddenly, batter exploded everywhere like a flour bomb. The kitchen smelled like burnt toast mixed with a campfire disaster. I tried flipping the pancake like those cooking show pros, only mine flew off the pan like a frisbee. Right onto the floor. My cat, who'd been watching like a tiny food critic, jumped in instantly and claimed the prize. I was left staring, jaw dropped, wondering if I was banned from the kitchen forever. Speaking of the cat, he clearly thought he was the real chef here. While I was flailing around in panic, he casually swiped bits of pancake off the floor with the confidence of a seasoned gourmet. I tried to shoo him, but he just gave me a look like, "You do you, human. I'll handle breakfast." Honestly, I think he was judging my cooking skills more than anyone else. Not one to admit defeat, I moved on to omelets. How hard can eggs, cheese, and a pan be? Famous last words. I cracked the eggs better this time and whisked them up with gusto. Then came the cheese, and I added enough to sink a small ship. The omelette puffed up like a balloon, looking like it might fly away. Then it started leaking cheese like a broken faucet. When I tried flipping it, it shattered into sad little pieces all over the pan. I stared at the mess and said, "It's a deconstructed omelette." Because if you say it with confidence, it sounds fancy, right? The kitchen started filling with smoke, and the smoke alarm screamed like a fire truck. I grabbed a towel and started waving it like I was trying to land a plane. The smoke was so thick, I thought we might need oxygen masks. I was panicking, sweating, and questioning every life choice that led to this moment. The smoke alarm beeped relentlessly. At that point, I realized, maybe cooking isn't my superpower. Defeated but not hungry, I pulled out my phone and called in the real professionals, the pizza delivery guys. I placed my order like a pro, trying not to sound desperate. When that pizza arrived, piping hot and smelling amazing, I felt like I just won the lottery. Sometimes, the smartest cooking decision is knowing when to quit and just order delicious cheesy goodness. There I was, sitting on the couch, covered in flour, egg bits stuck to my clothes, binge-watching cooking shows on TV. The irony was delicious. My kitchen looked like a war zone, but my stomach was happy. I realized something important. It's not about being perfect, it's about enjoying the ride, and the pizza. Cleaning was another adventure. Flour footprints tracked across the floor like a ghost had been partying. Sticky counters, egg splatters, and pans that looked like they'd been through a hurricane. I scrubbed and sighed, wondering if cooking was worth the chaos. But hey, if you're going to make a mess, make it memorable, right? So what did I learn? Cooking is hard. Really hard. It takes patience, a sense of humor, and a little bit of bravery. But it's also fun, messy, and oddly satisfying, even when your smoke alarm is louder than your enthusiasm. So if you're thinking about trying it for the first time, go for it. Just keep your phone nearby for takeout, and maybe a fire extinguisher too.